Hello and Happy New Year all. Welcome to Unexplained Possibilities in case you missed it for January 2022. It's a new year, and with that comes new offbeat oddball stories. So let's jump right into it. What you are currently seeing are rocks, correct? Well, then you'd be wrong. Okay, half wrong. Yes, these are indeed rocks, but according to archaeologists in the Oman's Kumera Valley, they're rocks from a stone board game dating back 4,000 years. Archaeologists believe that this stone board game is the precursor to another ancient game played in the region called the Game of 20 Squares, which is also believed to be the precursor to a game still played today, backgammon. So next time you see some rocks on the ground, just think it might be a game millennia old played by our ancestors. Although more than likely it's just a bunch of rocks. Everyone has heard the song It's Raining Men, but did you hear about it raining lizards? Well, in parts of Florida, that happened. The eastern part of the USA was hit by a massive snowstorm, and this caused the weather in Florida to drop into frigid conditions. Because of this, iguanas may fall from the trees. You see, since iguanas are cold-blooded, when the temperature drops, they enter a type of dormancy to protect themselves from the cold. And in this state, they sometimes lose their footing on branches and fall. They're not dead, and you should not pick them up or mess with them when they're in this condition, because usually when they come out of it, they have a tendency to bite. So if you find yourself in Florida and the temperature drops, watch out for raining lizards. So here's a fun fact about me most probably don't know. I hate coconut. I think the stuff is butt nasty, and I'm not sure how anyone can enjoy it. Now, with that out the way, 20,000 coconuts were seized before they began their trip to Italy. Can you guess where the countries these coconuts were coming from? Colombia. Now that I said that, I'm sure you know where this is going. The coconuts were seized because they weren't filled with coconut water, but instead another type of liquid cocaine. The only reason why this was caught is because when scanning the coconuts, the density was a little off. Turns out the coconuts had a little hole drilled into them where the coconut water was drained and then replaced with the liquid cocaine. Brown resin was used to seal the hole, and that would be that. Or at least it would be if they weren't seized. You just know someone in Italy is cursing up a storm right now. You know that new shoe feeling? It's hard to explain, but basically your feet feel happy when they're placed in some new shoes. Well, what if those new shoes came with a little extra? In an Ontario, Canada Foot Locker, some shoes may have come with that little extra. The manager of the Foot Locker recorded himself having a little fun. If you don't know what I mean by fun, well, let me quote the manager, and then you'll get the idea. As you can see, we're at a Foot Locker here. There's nobody else here, only my mess, and I am fully, completely, 100% sexy and naked. So I think you get the picture now. This guy has some fun with himself and freaking ejaculates into some sneakers, and then he places the sneakers back on the display. Someone potentially bought those. And yes, he recorded himself doing this. Obviously, I can't show the recording, but if you find yourself in Brampton, Ontario, Canada, and you want some new shoes, don't go to Foot Locker. So this next story is more about common sense than anything. In Connecticut, firefighters were called to a home accidentally set ablaze. Keyword being accidentally. It turns out the person who owns the home was using a flamethrower trying to thaw their property from ice. Clearly, they overdid it and something went wrong. The side of the house caught fire. Luckily, firefighters got there rather quickly and put out the flames before they could grow and consume the entire house. When asked for a comment, the firefighter said, "We do not recommend the use of flamethrowers or any similar device as an attempt to melt ice." Finally, a Florida man has been arrested. Yes, nothing new there, but it's what led up to his arrest that's a little funny. The man, Martin Jose Alvarez, was at a Waffle House, and if you guys have never been to a Waffle House, then you're missing out. Get to one. Anyway, Martin was at the Waffle House enjoying his meal when he noticed something was amiss. The bacon wasn't cooked right, and this set Martin off. Martin demanded more bacon, but this time it better be cooked right. The scene Martin caused was big enough for the cops to be called, and upon arriving to the location, the first thing the cops heard was Martin yelling, "You better cook the effing bacon right." Cops told Martin to come out of the building, but Martin refused. He wanted his freaking bacon, and he wanted it right then and right there and cooked right. Eventually, cops decided to threaten him with a taser if he did not come out. Martin had to forget about his bacon, and he obliged. So, because of bacon, Martin Jose Alvarez is now in the cell with Bubba. I hope he's enjoying Bubba's bacon. And that concludes In Case You Missed It for January 2022. Thank you all for watching, and if you have your own offbeat stories, feel free to share it with us in the comment section down below, or share it with us on social media. You can find those links in the description below. Thank you again for watching, and we will be seeing you in February.